What's up? So, today we're gonna talk about a little trick on how to sell pretty much anything to anyone. And by that, I don't mean selling Nikes to a cow. I mean selling something to someone that actually needs whatever you're selling. And like a general rule is you don't want to be selling things to someone that doesn't actually need whatever you're selling. Now, that being said, this is like ridiculously simple and it doesn't require any, I don't know, reading, studying, learning, practice, or whatever. Yeah, it's purely based on reverse psychology, and I even though I read a shit ton of books on sales and strategy and whatnot, it I never really tried it until last year, and I don't even know why. It just occurred to me. Now, and since then, the first time that I tried, it worked flawlessly, and still to this day, I use it like for major things and major deals and sales. Now, last year, I was on a sales call with a potential client, and we were wrapping things up. I was already like preparing the contract and everything, and basically my offer was I'd bring them whatever I was promising, and they would pay me later on, like they would pay me in 30 days. So I had to provide whatever I was selling first, and the price of my package, the one that we agreed on, was 3,000. And I just tried whatever the fuck and just see if it works. And at the end of everything, I I kind of told them, if there's, so I'm gonna tell you basically exactly how I said it. I told them, so this is kind of what we do for referrals and people that actually want to maximize on their costs and whatnot. And so basically, if you decide if you want to pay right now, it would be $1,000 off, so it would be 2,000. And I told them, but if you're not 100% sure, like I don't want any like stigma or anything like that, like just don't do it. Like we can just go with the standard, whatever we agreed on, and it's fine. Like if you're not 100% sure, like just don't do it. And it kind of like he was silent for maybe like almost a minute, and then he was like, "Yeah, actually, like let's do that, like send me an invoice." And I was, I was kind of stunned for a second because I just said it casually without, even thinking about it. I genuinely wasn't even trying to sell him on it. I just said, if you're not sure, like, don't do it. And we don't actually recommend this for people that don't have like any previous experience, or if they're aren't, if they're not referrals, right? And he went with it. I sent him an invoice, and he paid. And from that point on every single sales call that I had, and like to this day, that's the main thing that I use. For bigger things, like way bigger deals, and it worked flawlessly. It still works to this day. It's beautiful, and the beauty of it, the like the why is it a trick? I mean, you just let people sell themselves, right? You don't like people like to. There's in the we live in a world where everything is based around money, right? And people are kind of already used to everyone trying to sell them something and get them to pay and just grab their money. And it's funny how whenever you give them this illusion of control, that they fall for it themselves. And I mean, the worst case scenario, if it hadn't worked out, if we didn't deliver, we'll just refund the guy and it will be all fine. But it's different from their perspective, right? They're just paying for something that they don't even know if they're gonna get. But whenever it's funny how whenever you tell people that they should, that they shouldn't do something, it like it makes them even more confident, because they, like, in the back of their minds, like their thought process is like they perceive you as more trustworthy just because you're kind of, you're trying to, you're keeping them safe, right? You're reassuring them that you're so confident that you don't even care, right? And it's it's mind blowing how people how mind works in general, and it should be used more, like I don't know. Still to this day, it's one of my favorite things, and I'm fucking smiling just talking about it, because like you're not even trying. It doesn't require any skill or anything. You don't have to pursue people or try to convince them. Oh, you should buy it because of this, because of that. We're the best. We're this. We're that. Right? You bring you like I offer them like an irresistible, like a brain dead offer. Like, of course, why would you refuse? I'd bring you all this, right? I'd bring you like 5 times, 10 times the value of what you're paying me, but I'm not asking for anything in return. So like like at the very beginning, like they're already like, there's no reason for them not to take on the offer, right? And you just use that little gap whenever you have them already, when you caught them, you use that little gap to let them sell themselves. And it's really a great thing. And if you're starting off right now, or if you're if you're doing like major deals or whatever, like, doesn't matter, like just try it, and it's beautiful, right? Now, and that's pretty much it, right? If you try it yourself, and just let me know. I mean, it's not gonna work always, right? Some people just don't have money to pay you ahead or stuff like that, and some people are just skeptical. But it works like way more than I thought it would. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And if you use it, let me know how it goes. And that's it. See you next one. Peace.